Hi, my name is Rachel Trobman, and I'm the CEO and co-founder at Upside Health, where we're reimagining the future of chronic pain care. Chronic pain has long been a problem for health systems and providers, not just because of the sheer number of patients whose lives are impacted, but also because of the enormous cost. Chronic pain patients on average go to the doctor more than 19 times a year, use 2 to 3 times more of the system resources, and are an enormous risk because of the long-term opioid usage. And this is even before the impact of COVID-19, where health systems and providers are seeing a reduction in revenue as a result of a reduced amount of elective or interventional pain procedures, having a lack of time and resources to allocate to these already very needy patients, and then a lack of visibility into these same group of patients who need to be monitored regularly for opioid usage. And the current solutions are not geared towards chronic pain. They're difficult for patients and providers to assess progress and see changes. They lack scale, and they're draining these physicians who are already time-strapped. And so we know what works, and that's not just it's a combination of cognitive behavioral therapy, continuous management, risk assessment, access to integrative resources, and a community component, all through an interface that is using software to reduce cost, reduce burden, and reduce risk. And we use this, our software is called Ouchie. Ouchie is turnkey, evidence-based, award-winning, revenue-generating, and time-saving. So what does it do? First, it uses remote monitoring. Patients track not just what hurts, but how it impacts their mood, their sleep, their functional abilities, and more. We can also connect to wearable devices to gain passive data. And from this information, we connect patients to others because no one should hurt alone. This reduction in isolation and connection to community is incredibly valuable during this time. Then we provide patients with access to educational tools and behavioral health exercises that respond to the patient's particular needs at the particular times. Our library includes meditations, exercises, behavioral therapy workbooks, and insight into their progress so far. And we reward that progress. Patients have incredible adherence to our app because they are rewarded for the success they see in the everyday. And in the wake of COVID and with the expansion of reimbursements, we've also allowed providers to tap into our network of experts to offer telehealth or to offer telehealth directly to their patients through our platform. Patients love it, spending 8.5 minutes per session using the app, updating their journeys an average of 4 times per week, and we've had more than 10,000 patients with 35% using it for more than a year. 80% of our patients actually sign up within a week of being introduced by their providers. Clinicians gain not just insight into what's happening beyond the 4 walls of their health system, but also revenue to the tune of $160 per patient per month, and that's not even including telehealth. We've been gaining also valuable insights. There's been more than 76,000 interactions between the patients and each other and also their providers, and we've gathered more than 500,000 data points in less than 18 months. During this time, we have not just grown our audience, but have also received vital funding and partnerships from places like Bayer, Yale, the NIH, and have signed on partnerships and client relationships with Mount Sinai, Columbia Memorial, Cambridge Health Alliance, and more. Our team is full of passionate people who love to build products people use, but also come from a place of compassion, having been patients, clinical directors, and pain specialists. We've accomplished a lot in our life cycle, but are really now excited about what's to come and how we can help solve this problem together. My name is Rachel Trobman. I'm the CEO of Upside Health, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Fantastic, and we're really honoured to have our startups with us this morning. So I apologise, I got the startups mixed up in my head. So Rachel, thanks so much for joining us here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Simon.
Fantastic. Hey, we got one first question. What's been the immediate response from providers who've been using the product in the current moment with COVID?
Yeah, I mean, the response and the interest in our product has just escalated in the past couple of weeks, particularly as I highlighted that it is just really difficult to support these patients, and the reduction of non-essential or non-immediate care. And so we've seen like 80% of our providers being able to integrate their patients within 48 hours. And being
Wow,
able to see, yeah, and seeing
that's great.
immediate, yeah, and seeing immediate use of the product and being able to take action off of that.
So I assume EHR integration is, how have you guys solved for that challenge?
Yeah, so for large practices and health systems, we can integrate with Epic, Cerner, Allscripts, and we can integrate in various levels depending on the health system's needs. So whether it's simply attaching a media file from each update from the patient, all the way to being able to prescribe it, works both ways. With smaller practices, we're looking to expand our capabilities in that way. Right now, they're using our standalone dashboard and haven't had many issues with it.
Fantastic. We've got one question, just to be the last one. Does the revenue increase result from documentation or increased interaction? I suppose that might be a volume over value question.
Does the revenue increase result from the documentation or the increased interaction? It actually increases from the review of from the increased interaction, but the remote interaction. So from the enhanced interaction between the providers and the patients.
Got it.
But it's a little bit more nuanced, and I'm happy to discuss all of the revenue opportunities, because you're looking at from both a top line and a bottom line perspective when you're dealing with chronic pain.
Yeah, fantastic. And for each of our startups, we've got the little poll that will come up. So we'll make sure that we connect you with those who are interested. So thanks so much for being with us today, Rachel. Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having me.